Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Prospects Live at the MLB Combine. And I'm joined by a very, very special guest here, Myles Patton, left-handed pitcher, an absolute workhorse. And that's going to lead me right into my first question right off the bat. 77 innings, and I got 1,185 pitches on the year. How do you do it, and how do you stay ready to pitch that kind of volume?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is you got to really prioritize recovery, and you got to just dominate the basics. I think just being average with all the basic stuff, like sleeping, you got to prioritize that. Eating, just getting your meals in, like don't skipping meals, and then I think just a big thing is kind of finding what works for you, finding what you like with the recovery side, whether you go to a trainer for soft tissue, cupping, whatever, just getting into the sauna, getting in the hot tub or cold tub, whatever it is, just trying out different things and seeing whatever helps you, and not trying to do too much. You don't need to try and make it too in depth. Just keep it simple and keep it something easy you can just repeat.
Absolutely. Target what you need to.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
I want to get into a little bit of the art of pitching. The first pitcher we've had on here, and I got baseballs. So here, I got this one for you right here.
Sweet.
And I want to talk a little bit of pitch grips. I know Pitching Ninja, right?
Okay.
He's a couple doors down, but I kind of want to dive into your mind. I'm a pitching coach myself, so I kind of want to hear what you got to say. You want to walk me through your mix and your grips and kind of what you're thinking on each of the pitches?
Okay, yeah, so this is going to be a good one because by the end of the year I was throwing 7 different pitches.
No way.
Yeah,
okay, so our camera's right there. This is great. This is my dream right here. I threw 6. I was a collegiate baseball player, so this is what I'm all about.
Okay.
So walk me through the fastballs.
Okay, so first off, you got the 4-seam fastball. That's kind of the bread and butter right there. Just keeping it simple. I like to go on the horseshoe on the inside. I think it's kind of different. I think a lot of people go horseshoe on the outside, but just for me, really just trying to stay behind it and just carry it. That's the main thing there. And then I was throwing a sinker, like a 2-seam. Here, and really just trying to keep the same arm angle, but just kind of get that axis a little different, so you're getting the smooth part on top and kind of seam shifting it down.
Absolutely.
And then I was going cutter, which would kind of be off the fastball, and I would just get a little tilt right there. So you're pretty much throwing it the same as the fastball, just a little bit of kind of different wrist angle. And you try and get on the side of it, kind of almost football spinning a little bit.
Absolutely. Now, are you a supinator or a pronator?
I'm a pronator.
Okay.
Yeah, so I get good efficiency behind the ball. So definitely pronator.
Great.
So we got those 3 as kind of the fastball, like triangle fastball. And then I was going my traditional slider. I just get on the inside of the horseshoe. Can they see it right there? Yeah. So get on the inside of the horseshoe and really just try and come down on it like that. And for me, like when I try and get around it like there, it didn't really work. It'd be just lifted and like one horizontal, so it wouldn't be what I wanted. So I just try and come down on it, and kind of my wrist angle would just take it to the side. And then I was going curveball, so the same as the slider grip, but I would just spike the index or the pointer finger.
Absolutely.
Go there. Same thought on it, just coming down. Then I was going sweeper as well. So we're going like I was on here for the slider, and we turn the other side of the horseshoe and go like a little baby spike right there. And this one I would really try and get around, just get as much horizontal as possible. That's 6. Oh, and then the kick changeup is what I was going to. That was one of my good ones right there. Just kind of like a circle change and kicking that middle finger up right there.
Yeah. Did you struggle to throw like a typical changeup early in your career, which is why you switched to the kick change? Did you kind of toy around with that?
Yeah, like I really it was always like unorthodox kind of changes. I tried to throw like a circle change when I was young, and it just was kind of a bad fastball. So last year I was going like a kind of a splitter and really trying to rip through with the middle finger and kind of seam shift it that way. But then this year we're just kind of was throwing the changeup, because the big thing that we wanted to work on this year is getting the speed differential on it. So getting that kind of a couple miles an hour off the fastball more than it already was. And so the kick changeup, I would throw it with my full intent, but it wouldn't come out as hard, which is the biggest thing for me.
Kicking the axis, getting a little bit of vert on that thing.
Showing that.
How much into the numbers are you as a pitching guy? Would you classify yourself as one of those kind of more pitching nerds, or do you kind of just look at your TrackMan reports and go, all right, this is what I'm working on?
I would probably, to like normal standards, probably consider myself a pitching nerd, I guess. But I think there's room for both sides of the equation. I think that all the numbers and the data isn't valuable if you don't also have just the competitor inside of you. And so I think they kind of go hand in hand, and I think when you can truly combine both of them together is when you get the most out of the process.
Yeah, so the mental skills of being a pitcher is one of the most underrated parts of the game. Dealing with failure, understanding that it's inevitable that you're going to give up a run at some point. How do you deal with failure, and what mental skills have you learned along the way that have really helped you out?
I think the biggest thing is being extremely present. As someone we talk about, is being chronically present. I think it's tough. I think separating your feelings as a competitor and your feelings as a human is one of the toughest things to do in all sports, but specifically pitching. Like, you get up a home run and your initial reaction is you're pissed, you're mad about that, and it's upsetting. It's obvious, and I think everyone that goes through that is going to be upset for a second, but being able to realize that your feeling as a human in that moment doesn't matter, and you put it to the side and the competitor inside you doesn't change. Like, your objective doesn't change. You still are trying to do the exact same thing as you wanted to do the pitch that you gave up a homer run. So just keeping it that simple and being extremely present, being able to wipe that off, move past it as quick as possible, and just recommit to the next pitch is the biggest thing.
Absolutely. I mean, you can hit your spot perfectly with a pitch, and it can still get hit 450 feet, right?
100%.
And it's really hard to deal with.
Yeah, as soon as it leaves your hand, you lose control of the results. So
absolutely.
Just controlling everything you can control up to that point, and then I think when you do that over a long sample size, it's gonna work out in your favor more times than it doesn't.
But absolutely, I couldn't agree more. I want to talk a little bit about your college journey here and how you settled on Texas A&M and what made it feel like home to you.
I got in the portal after my sophomore year at Long Beach State. Long Beach State was great to me. It was an awesome place. It was kind of my hometown college. Yeah. Super cool experience there, and then got in the portal. And I think the biggest couple things that A&M provided was first, just needing a role for a starting pitcher to come in and fill that role, which is a big thing. Obviously, want to pitch. Yeah. That's important. Yeah. And then I think the coaching staff and having a clear development plan was a big thing. Seeing just like a clear understanding of how I was going to get better and where we could improve those areas. And then I think just being in a winning culture, I think it didn't obviously work out to our expectation in retrospect, but I think going into the year we had all the talent and just as good of an opportunity as anybody to have success from a team perspective. So I think those three things are really important to me. And then just the coaching staff I felt like really connected with right away, which has just made it super comfortable and easy choice for me.
Absolutely. I'm going to get into some more rapid fire questions here.
Okay.
A little less baseball.
Okay.
There'll be a little baseball mixed in. Cardio or lifting?
Lifting for sure. 100%.
I don't think anyone's going to say cardio this week, especially not a pitcher, but I feel like I have to ask it because maybe we'll get a cardio guy.
That's fair.
What is the biggest benefit of attending the combine in your eyes?
I think just being able to let the teams put a face behind the name. I think they watch you as a pitcher and they watch you as a player, but then being able to really show kind of your understanding of yourself and your understanding of the game kind of behind just who you are as a player is pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your favorite song right now? What's in your rotation? What are you currently listening to?
Let me think. Country reggae. It was Wahila Aloy's walkout song in Arkansas. It was just something about it just was special. We were playing it the whole rest of the season after we played it. It was an awesome song.
It's one of those moments where you're kind of like, I don't want to love the guy's walk-up song, but it's pretty cool. I've done it before too. What was your walk-up song this year, by the way? Walk-out song.
What was my one? Oh, it was Views by Drake.
Nice.
I'm a huge Drake guy, so gotta love that.
It get you in the mindset?
Oh yeah, it just locks me in.
Yeah. Would you rather drive the car or be in the passenger seat on Ox?
Definitely be in the passenger seat. I don't want to get in an accident.
Some people refuse to give up the steering wheel, right?
Yeah.
So you never know. Go-to road trip snack if you were theoretically on a road trip?
Sour Patch Kids or watermelons, which either one of those is just unbelievable.
Undefeated, right?
Yeah.
What kind of stats do you look at when you are pitching? Is there a certain one in particular that A&M focused on, like 2 out of the first 3 or first pitch strike percentage, or is there anything kind of in the weeds that you really focus on as a pitcher?
In zone percentage,
Absolutely.
Biggest thing. Just zone never changes, only our perspective can, which is the big thing we talk about. And I think if you throw the ball in the zone, it's going to work out in your favor more times than it doesn't.
Absolutely. My last question here is, who's your baseball GOAT and why?
Growing up a Dodgers fan, Clayton Kershaw for sure. Just seeing him throughout all these years, just stay consistent, stay healthy for the most part. Dealing with some injuries later on, but just how consistent he's been throughout all of it has been something really special to watch.
Yeah. Is that someone you kind of modeled your game after?
It's. I don't know. I don't want to know if I say that because he's just such a. He's probably the pitching GOAT. But it's tough to compare myself to him. I suppose
inspiration or whatnot.
Yeah, you could definitely say some of that. Just kind of his demeanor on the mound, having fun with it, staying composed, not getting too high or too low for sure is some things that I idolize out of him.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here. And
definitely.
Do you want to shout out your social medias right quick so people know where to find you?
Yeah, sure. My Instagram is Myles Patton with 2 S's on the Myles. My ex, I guess not Twitter anymore, is Myles Patton 5. That's all I'm running right now.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me.